Hey everyone, and welcome. Today we're going to level up your English with a really fantastic and super useful idiom, a considerable part. We're going to break down exactly what it means and, more importantly, how you can start using it like right away. A huge welcome to the Modicare channel. It's so great to have you here with us. We're all about making learning feel easy and, actually fun. So, let me ask you this. Have you ever been stuck trying to say sebagian besar, a large part of something in English? It's a really common thing to get tripped up on, but the good news is there's a perfect phrase for it. And that perfect phrase is what we're talking about today. So let's dive right in. What does a considerable part actually mean? Okay, so here's the deal. The idiom, a considerable part, means exactly what you see here, a large or a sufficiently large portion of something. It's not just any part. We're talking about a really significant, important chunk of the whole thing. And this is the connection you really want to lock in. When you want to say sebagian besar in English, but you want to sound natural and add a bit of emphasis, a considerable part is your go-to phrase. Seriously, just linking those two in your mind is the easiest way to remember this. Now, to really master this idiom, we've got to zoom in on its most powerful word, considerable. Because honestly, understanding this one word is the secret to using the whole phrase correctly and with total confidence. So, what does considerable really mean? Well, it tells you that an amount or a size is significant. It's basically the opposite of small. It implies that something is important, that it has a real impact, a major influence on the bigger picture. All right. Theory is great, but seeing this idiom in action is where it all really clicks. So let's look at a couple of real-world examples to see how a considerable part actually works in everyday sentences. Okay, let's start with our first one. Imagine you're talking about a student and this person spends a huge portion of their time just hitting the books. The basic idea is right here. So, how would you say this using our new idiom? Go ahead, take a second and think about it. How do you express that a significant amount of his time is dedicated to studying? And here's how we'd say it. A considerable part of his time is spent studying. See that? Can you feel how that just adds more weight than saying a big part? It really emphasizes how important that study time is. Let's try another one. For this example, picture a fundraiser for a school. And let's say a single, generous donation made up a huge chunk of the total money they needed. Ready for the English translation? Think about it. How would you show that this donation wasn't just some small contribution, that it was a major, major piece of the fundraising puzzle? The perfect way to say it is, the donation made up a considerable part of the funds needed for the school. Using that phrase immediately tells you this donation was a game changer. It's just a really powerful way to communicate its value. You're doing awesome! You've seen the definition, you've seen the examples, so now it's time to put it all together and get you ready to practice on your own. All right, let's do a super quick recap of the main points. First, just remember, a considerable part is the perfect way to say sebagian besar. Its main job is to emphasize that we're talking about a really important, significant portion. And don't forget, you can use it for anything: time, money, effort, you name it. And now, for the most important part. It's your turn. I want you to try creating your own sentence using a considerable part. Go on, drop it in the comments below. Tell us, What takes up a considerable part of your day? Let us know. And that's a wrap for today's explainer. Thank you so much for watching and learning with us. Keep practicing, and we'll see you in the next one.
Thank you for watching this video. Hopefully useful. Don't forget to like and subscribe.